Hey guys, hope you're all well. Today we have the twins in the background. So sorry about the noise, if there's any noise, but you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. So today is all about breastfeeding basically. I'm talking about things that they don't tell you in hospital when you're breastfeeding. There's a lot of things they don't tell you because most midwives and doctors or whatever, they want you to breastfeed, which is all well and good. But they don't always tell you the things that might go wrong. So I'm going to tell you from my experience. The first thing is it will not work for everyone. Breastfeeding is hard. It's hard to start with because they have to latch a certain way. So sometimes it will not work. Some babies would just not latch properly. They will not want the breast. They will just not be interested in it. And it will not work no matter how much you push it and force it. If they don't want your breast, they will not take your breast. And if you keep pushing, it might work, it might not work. And then you stress yourself and all this stuff. So my first point is not every baby is going to like the breast. Sometimes you might have to transfer to formula, which some people don't like, but my kids were formula fed. I tried breastfeeding in the beginning, but it just didn't work. So they were formula fed and they're healthy. There's this dilemma about breastfeeding. Like everybody thinks, oh, it's all about breastfeeding. Oh, the parents who breastfeed are the best parents. Like, no, honey, it ain't. Okay, the baby's healthy. They're getting the nutrition that, from breast milk or formula. They're getting the good stuff. So that's all that matters. There's no point in trying to be like, oh, I'm up here because I breastfeed. No. It's not necessary. Like, everyone does what they think is best for their baby, and you shouldn't judge them about the breastfeeding business. Don't. The other thing is your nipples might get cracked and start bleeding. This is what happened to me with my second born, Jerome. Yes, sweetheart. You done a mess, so you have to clean it. Yeah, start cleaning then. Yeah, so my second born, now, and it got to a point where my nipples cracked and they were bleeding, and they kept saying, oh, it's fine, keep putting them on, it will come. It got to a point where I was literally, so with my second born, Jerome, I put him on, stop talking! I put him on breast, and my breast hadn't come in by the time I left hospital and all of that. So they kept telling me, put him on, let him keep sucking and trying, and he'll come. So I kept putting him on, and nothing was coming out. Literally, days and days went past, and nothing was coming out. And it got to a point where my nipples cracked, and they were bleeding, and they kept saying, oh, it's fine, keep putting them on, it will come. It got to a point where I was literally, it got to, Bella! It got to a point where I was literally crying through the feeding. Like, I was like, well, not even feeding. He was just on the sucking with nothing coming out. I was crying through it because they told me, oh, put him on, it will come. Shh! Stop fighting! Take that one. So, to try and keep going, I pushed myself and I thought, go through the pain, take the pain, the breast will come. It did not come, and I had to give up because the pain was too much. And I was like, this is not worth it. This is just not worth it. For me to be crying while feeding my child, it's just not normal. No, is it worth it? So I had to stop, and I put him on bottle, and we survived. All was good, and he's healthy. The thing is, some babies might wake up every hour to feed. Every hour. This is what my friend's experience was. She literally had to wake up every hour to feed her baby. She was breastfeeding, so obviously breast milk is like water. It's like water, so it's not filling enough. Where if you use formula, it fills them up. So she had to do this every hour to wake up to feed. And I was like, how are you even awake? Like, how do you feed every hour? That is just a lot. I mean, you just came from hospital, you're tired, you're drained, and now you have to wake up every hour. It's a lot. It's a lot. I don't know how they do it and persevere. But she's like, yeah, you know, I'm doing it. And even now, I think the baby started to sleep a bit more, which is brilliant, because before she wasn't sleeping, because every time you're waking up to feed. So yeah, that's another point. They might wake up every hour to feed. I mean, when I was in hospital with the twins, they gave me Bella on the ward when she was discharged from NICU. She came on the ward and you know, she was latching on well and she was breastfeeding. So that first night, that girl woke up almost every hour to feed, and I woke up and I was just like, I was already drained from everything, you know, being in NICU. Uriah was still in NICU. Bella was on the ward, so I was already drained because I was up and down to go see them. So when they gave me her and she stayed up the whole night, I was like, I cannot do this. I can't. Imagine both of them and I have to breastfeed them and they have to wake up every hour. I just couldn't. I was like, this is not for me. I can't. But yeah, they might wake up every hour. But that's something to keep in mind. Sometimes they might not come in and you will have to give them formula. But to me, I see that as, you know, as long as they're feeding, it's so good. So yeah, that's another point. I think it was what happened. I think it was Jerome or Faith, where they were not feeding. I think it was Jerome, where they were not feeding after the milk had started coming in, but he did not want the breast. He was not interested. So my boobs got really hard and swollen. It was like a freaking stone. It's like you would lift it and it would just be like a stone, and they were painful. So I had to try and press the milk out or pump it out. I mean, the pump I had was not working very well, so I had to kind of press it out and get it out, or else you can even get infections from it if you don't empty your boobs. So that's another point. You need to try and empty your boobs if your milk is come and the baby's not feeding, or you know, you have an issue with feeding, or you know, that kind of thing. You need to empty your boobs, or else it'll be very painful and you might get an infection, which you don't want. You really don't want an infection in your boobs. It is not cute. It is not nice. So yeah. The last one, you have to drink a whole lot of water. Yes, baby. What? I know. That's a CD. Mm-hmm. You need to drink a whole lot of water, because what happens is you need water to create milk, breast milk. So if you don't drink water, yes, the milk will be created, but what will happen is your body will be taking water that you need in your body, which means it will be draining you, making you almost dehydrated, and then you will feel very ill because you'll be very drowsy and tired, and you know. So you need to make sure you drink water to make sure that you get that milk in, and make sure you stay hydrated so you don't get ill or drowsy. Your body needs water. Now if you don't drink and then you're breastfeeding, how you gonna stay hydrated when this little human is taking it all out of you, you know? So you need to drink water, plenty of water. I know most people do not like drinking water. You know, I have a friend who literally does not drink water. The girl drinks fizzy drinks 24/7, and I look at her like, girl, what are you doing? You know, so I know some people don't drink water, but you have to force yourself to drink that water, because you'll even be thirsty from breastfeeding. You will be thirsty, but I guess some people just drink fizzies and not water. But you need water to create that lovely milk for that baby. Okay. But anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed this video. Hope it's helpful. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment below. Sorry if it's been noisy, but that's twin motherhood for you. So we shall speak to you later. Bye. Say bye-bye. Bella, come say bye-bye. Come. Oh, say bye-bye. Bye.